Lance is the oldest of 4 boys, and he was the most popular kid in his class. He was athletic. The girls loved him. He was smart. He excelled in elementary school. And he had all these little brothers and cousins, and they all idolized him. And then in high school, he really started to go downhill, started experimenting with drugs. He spiraled out of control and wound up in the psych ward in a drug-induced psychosis when he was 20. We were stunned. We didn't know how to react. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know where to turn. We had nobody to turn to. I threw myself into everything. Whatever I was told to do, I did. I talked to any professional I could talk to. I went to Al-Anon meetings, which is a 12-step program, which is like a parallel program to Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. I went to therapists. I went to support groups. I read. Whatever I could do, I did. I have been there for him every step of the way. I've been his advocate. I've helped him learn to live independently. I've had to have him removed from the house and not allow him to come back live in the house, which is a very difficult thing for a parent to do. I mean, he tells me he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. That's hard sometimes. But I'm his mother, so who's he going to turn to? I really, really listen to him, and I try to validate his feelings, and I try to brainstorm with him if he's working through a difficult issue. If I see him talking to himself, which I do quite often, I'll ask him about it. And he's honest with me now. He tells me who the voices are that are talking to him and what they're telling him. And sometimes if they're really, really bothering him, he'll talk to me about it, and we talk it down. So I get phone calls often from strangers, and I recommend a couple of things. I recommend that they contact SARDAA. I recommend that they contact NAMI, that has a family-to-family 12-week session. I recommend that they get the book by Amador Xavier, which is written for the layman and the professional. And I recommend that they get themselves into a support group, because if they don't get help for themselves, they will not be able to help their loved one. I try to tell people that the family needs to be on the same page. You know, there were times where my husband and I would argue and we weren't on the same page. You know, if your child's diagnosed with diabetes or cancer, everybody rallies around. Everybody comes to offer their support. When your child is diagnosed with a mental illness and they're locked in the psych ward and you're standing there getting buzzed in through double doors, nobody else is with you. You're alone. You're all alone. Nobody comes to visit. I think I'm in a very, very good place right now. And I think Lance is in a decent place. A friend of ours who helped us, who's a lawyer, who helped us, she encouraged us not to let Lance come home from the hospital. We actually deemed him homeless. We told the hospital he had no place to go. It was very difficult for us to do that. And if my friend wasn't there beside me to help me do it, I don't know if we would have done it. I don't know if we would be here at this point where Lance is living independently. Yeah, there are some angels out there. Not too many, but a few.